Welcome back, everyone. Now, Boomerang Retro and Relics is a retro chic boutique in Marquette. They've got customers a selection of finely kept nostalgic items. So even though we're heading into a new year, we're going to take a look back. Ashley Kirkland live at Boomerang Retro and Relics with more. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Vicki. Here at Boomerang Retro and Relics, they have items that would pique the interest of someone who's a mid-century enthusiast. Now, a mid-century enthusiast is someone who particularly likes classic items from the 40s all the way to the 60s. As you can see around me, I look like I'm on the set of probably Mad Men, and these are some of the items that are down here at the boutique where you can find and you can come and buy. Now, it's not a consignment shop, but they do sell experience and kind of experience vintage items and things that you can find here, such as clothing, locally made jewelry, furniture, anything that you can think of. As you take a look around the shop, it's all retro items that range from paintings to records to a record player to all kinds of clothing and designs. Now, I'm going to talk to the owner, Jessica Shaw, a little bit later, who is fully decked out. She's a retro enthusiast herself. She loves the era of between the 40s and 60s, and this is her 24/7, and that inspired her to open up the business. I am a little inspired to play a 45 on this record player to see kind of how it puts me in the mood, even though I wasn't even born in that time. I wasn't thought of, but I think this is a really cool place, and we're going to do a retro makeover a little bit later on myself to see if I could take on the look of a retro enthusiast. I'll take it back to you in the studio for now. Ashley Kirkland reporting live in Marquette, TV6.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning at Boomerang Retro and Relic Shop in Marquette. Old things get new life. Everything is fabulous. TV6's Ashley Kirkland is at the shop to tell us a little bit more. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Vicki. Here at Boomerang Retro and Relics, everything is fabulous. This is the place for the mid-century enthusiast, someone who loves items from the 40s to the 60s to come down and kind of look around and get things that for their home or clothing, some retro things to kind of take you back a little bit. I am joined right now with the owner, Jessica Shaw, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the business and how she got started. Jessica, this is a really interesting place that you have here, and you yourself are a mid-century enthusiast. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how you kind of got started with it?
Sure. I became really interested in the mid-century style probably about 10 to 15 years ago. Really just loving the dresses, the clothing, the lines of the furniture. I love classic cars. I was born and raised in Detroit. So I've always loved classic cars, the chrome, just the style of it. I just think is fabulous. Okay. So I had been collecting mid-century items for many years and had run out of room in my own home, which is all done in mid-century style. And I still collect it because I want these things to be loved and saved. And I just always feel like there will be someone who will appreciate it. So after collecting for a while, we decided, my husband and I, to open a shop. Okay. And we decided to do not only the vintage, but also the retro reproduction clothing too. That way we could carry a variety of sizes. Most of the retro or the vintage clothing is very small, so this way we can suit more people.
Okay. And the things that people are seeing now, these are not items that are all of them are not items that are from someone else's home, but this is a big business, as you said, that it requires a lot of reproduction. So tell us more about how you find these items. Do you just scour the internet, or how do you know about this stuff?
For the vintage items, it is quite a search, and some of it involves scouring the internet. Some of it involves just knowing the right people. So now that people know that I'm here, I do have people that will actually come in and bring me boxes of things when they're cleaning out their attic or their garage or a closet, and we'll go over and talk about how much I can pay for them and things of that sort. And that is actually really handy for me because it saves me a lot of time. Otherwise, I know a lot of the antique dealers around the UP, and they let me go through their stashes and pick out the mid-century items, and they're very good to me. And I do a lot of estate sales and estate auctions, but it does take quite a bit of time. Okay. As far as the reproduction items, that is a lot of scouring the internet as well, and then also meeting vendors at the different rockabilly festivals. that I go to. So.
Awesome. Now, Jessica, this is not just a hobby for you, but this is your lifestyle. Every day, this is how you live. Tell us more about just how, on your day-to-day, how you live. I know you said your home is decked out in in the retro gear.
It is. My home is all very atomic 50s, so my sofa's from the 50s, my dining table, we have a very old 50s TV that we're working on getting some sort of picture on. We listen to records. We don't have TV service at our house, so we are still connected via the internet, and that's how we get our news and can occasionally watch shows. But that's just how we choose to live, and it's a lot of fun. We're not stuck in that time period, but we like the style, so that's how we decorate.
Okay. And speaking of records, Vicki, she told me that was a 33, not a 45. You're right, I'm a youngster. What do I know? But as you can see, Jessica is all decked out in her 50s gear, and like I said, this is her all of the time. And I asked her, she even, when she goes to sleep, she has the headscarf and rollers. Can you tell us a little bit more? How do you guys stay modernized?
I think just like anyone of the younger generation today is we're always plugged into the internet and the iPhones and things of that sort. So we do manage to stay modern as well.
Okay. And speaking of iPhones, Vicki, she has this phone here. It's a retro phone, but her iPhone is hooked up to it, so they are staying modern but still being retro with the twist. And I am going to get a retro twist a little bit later. She's going to do a retro makeover on me, so we'll stay tuned, and we'll be back with that. I'll take it to you in the studio for now. Ashley Kirkland, reporting live in Marquette, TV6
Boomerang
News.
Retro and Relic Shop in Marquette specializes in mid-century style clothing, furnishing, and housewares. TV6's Ashley Kirkland is live at the Retro Style Shop with more. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Greg. I got my retro style makeover here at the Retro Shop, and I just wanted to show you a little bit. I'm going to do a little twirl. I chose the era of the 50s, and this was put together by Jessica Shull, who is the owner, and right now I'm going to join her. She's going to tell us a little bit more about the outfit. Jessica, what am I wearing, and what's the kind of inspiration behind it?
The inspiration is a 50s pinup model. It is our cherry dress. It's made by a company called Heartbreaker. It's sewn in the U.S., as well as the sweater, which is the same one I have on, and that is from Heartbreaker as well. So most of our clothing is made in the U.S., and I'm pretty particular about that.
Okay.
You also have the cherry necklace, and that is a reproduction after a Bakelite piece, but it's very affordable. The antique Bakelite ones will run you about $400. This one is $18.
And the scarf I'm wearing, the rest of these clothes people can find in production. The scarf is kind of unique because you kind of go looking for your scarves more.
Yeah, all of our scarves here are vintage, so that is an actual vintage piece that you're wearing.
Okay. And we also have some jewelry here, some of it made in the UP and some of it from other places. Tell us a little bit about your jewelry.
Sure. We carry all of the spoon designs from Revision's Design Studios. So there's spoon rings, spoon bracelets, and spoon earrings made out of old silverware. And that's actually done in Ishpeming. We have some lovely hand-painted maritime nautical-themed earrings, and those are made here in Marquette. And then we also have some car-themed jewelry, so they look like a Cadillac hood ornament from an old Cadillac or a Chevrolet.
Well, Ashley looked great. Unfortunately, our signal doesn't look too good. Having a few technical difficulties there. We'll be right back with your TV6 Morning Show.